everyone, it's me, Louis here. And do you ever see something and it just leaves you thinking for the whole day? It absolutely stays in the back of your head, and no matter what you do, it just doesn't leave. It's like that one stand in JoJo that just stays on your back. It's just that. Well, I ended up having one of those moments. Now, this story begins with me being on Twitter. I was doing the usual, looking at some tweets, seeing some people argue on the internet, and just laughing at how much time they're wasting, because arguing on the internet is actually one of the most pointless activities you can ever do of all time. No matter how much you type on the keyboard, you are never going to be able to change the man's opinions. And people are so stubborn that even in real life, if you're arguing with someone and you 100% break their points with 100% facts and logic, most of them will just rather ignore you and just believe whatever they're believing. Now, the internet is that, but like 2 times worse. There is 0 ways you're ever going to change someone's opinion on the internet. As I was looking at some internet arguments, I ended up going on one side of Twitter that you should never go on, and it's the anime side. Now, as an anime fan, I always talk about how terrible the anime community is. I generally believe one of the best ways to enjoy anime is just watch anime and just barely interact with the community. Just like see people's opinion and then just leave. That's the best way to inform, because you go any deeper than the anime community, it's just think about something worse about any other community the anime community has. And one thing that anime community has are a lot of elitists. I ended up seeing a tweet where someone was just talking about how he likes anime like Demon Slayer, and as usual, the comment section was filled to the brim with people saying, how dare you like something as basic as Demon Slayer, and you're absolutely normie, and all your opinions about anime doesn't matter because you're not watching some super weird, obscure anime that absolutely no one ever heard of. And this is just such a weird phenomenon to me. I will never understand the fact of you feeling that you're better or your opinion values more than someone because you've been in the field longer. Now, elitism is something that's happening way more as the days go by. Since there's so much communities blown up now, something like cars, which used to be like a kind of niche community that not a lot of people really know about, is now a community where a lot of people are getting into. And just think about with just any community, you have a lot of people who are like super elitist and just doesn't want anyone to get in. It's like gatekeeping, but 10 times worse. You let them in, but you basically bully them trying to get them out. And it's a very strange thing to see. Because it's weird that so much communities yearn for their thing to be big. A good example for me is Uma Musume. I talk about Uma Musume a lot because it's an anime I generally enjoy, and it's something that I want more people to watch, so the actual developers of the game will actually know that they have a worldwide audience and not just people in Japan care about it. So we like have a community of people who are just begging other people to like watch it and please like get into community so more people should care. This community, we want people to actually watch it, but I think it's weird that other communities are the exact opposite, where they always talk about how small and niche they are, but the second more people start coming in to actually enjoy it, they usually start fighting back and getting like on a high horse saying that you don't deserve to see the media anyway. Like one big field that I'm seeing this a lot in is in retro gaming. If you don't know what's going on, retro gaming is having an extremely bad thing where a lot of retro games are being scalped extremely hard, and it's basically impossible to get a sole copy of this game. But because of the state of retro gaming and the retro gaming economy, a lot of people are getting super duper elitist of not playing like emulation, of like only playing game on the original console, on the original hardware. And if you dare want to use something like, I don't know, emulation to play a retro game, no, you're absolute filthy normie and you don't deserve. Because if you're not playing a game on the original soul, you're not playing the game at all. Even though there's a lot of games like, Metal Gear Solid 4, where if you don't have the original console, there's just no way to play that game. Games like that exist, and that's where emulation comes in. But no, if you do that, you're a filthy casual and you're not actually playing the game. You also see this a lot with insert this any live service games, Apex Legends, Destiny 2. I'm going to use Destiny 2 for example because that's a game that I play a lot. Obviously, Destiny 2 has 2, which means it's a sequel. The original game that came out, Destiny 1, I'm going to look back on it and be honest, wasn't really that much of a good game. But it was a game that a lot of people played, and I have spent a lot of hours in it. And because of that, there's a lot of people who are exactly the same, who play D1, who thinks that their opinion matters way more than anyone who wasn't an original player, who wasn't playing against D1. Like, oh, if you play D2, you don't know anything, and like your opinion doesn't matter because you haven't been around in the, what they quote, the glory days of the franchise. Even though if you played the second game since year 1, you've been a 6-year player, no, my opinion matters more because I've been there longer. And I see this with Apex Legends, Fortnite, and everything. People saying like the old times were better and like everything we have was way more cooler and now the game is soft. And I just think that's a super weird thing to do, because how do you get to that point? Like letting people enjoy your fandom and then just absolutely bullying them and berating them, saying that you don't deserve to enjoy this fandom because you haven't been there long enough. This makes no sense. Because if someone is new to any fandom, of course they're going to make a mistake or say something dumb. Everyone has done it. If you have gone into a brand new hobby, like if you want to get into something like Yu-Gi-Oh, of course your first deck you're probably going to make is going to be bad, or of course you're going to say something extremely wrong because you're new to it. It doesn't matter how much YouTube videos or how much prior knowledge you get, you're not instantly going to be able to like go inside of the new thing and just be a master on it instantly. So I think it's weird that you at a point are going to start being like the absolute new guy who knows nothing about the franchise, and you're probably going to get attacked by elitists. You're probably going to call them losers just for you a couple years later to become the elitist. It's just a cycle that makes absolutely no sense to me. And after seeing that tweet, I decided to bring it up. This is just something that I wanted to talk about. Something that just is just so strange. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do the usual thing. Also have a Twitter, LuaJustStars. Don't forget to follow it. You have a good day or night. See ya.